Hi, everybody. This is Michael Levitas from JurisQ.com with Irina Yadgarova, an estates and elder law attorney. Irina, thank you for coming back to educate our viewers, our listeners. And we started off with introducing who you are, about your firm, about what you do, the importance of planning early for retirement, for protecting your wealth. Now let's go on with some more basic questions, okay?
Sounds good.
As we know, healthcare in America is very expensive, cost prohibitive, I would say. So can you tell us what are the rules for qualifying for Medicaid in terms of assets and income, and what other factors are involved?
Yeah, right. And right before I get into that, I just want to say you said cost prohibitive. So let's just give like an idea, right? On average, for a very basic nursing home in the 5 boroughs in New York, it is about $13,600 a month. And I see
$13,000 a month.
13,000, and that's for like a simple basic. We're talking like same nursing home with Medicaid beds, nothing fancy.
Unreal.
So that's on the median, right?
Wow.
For the same nursing home, Medicaid negotiates their own rates, but that's a separate point. And for hospitals, I see these bills. So 2-night stay, easy, $2,500. I can, show you these bills.
That's on the low end.
So this is why it's so important to plan ahead, plan for Medicaid. So what are the rules, right, for eligibility? And again, these rules are applying to those people who do not engage a Medicaid planning attorney, because our goal, right, is to set up trust to help you qualify despite these limits and thresholds.
Yep.
So for anybody 65 and up or disabled, in New York, Medicaid looks at your assets and your income. So these thresholds are actually changing in January in real time, 2022. I have the figures right here in front of me.
Perfect.
So currently, for an individual in that category that I just mentioned, right, currently until January, the resource limit, and resource are your savings, checking, pretty much anything that is liquid. There are certain exemptions that we're not going to cover today because it's just going to take too much time. Ask. But for a single individual, it's about 16,400, and for a couple, it's about 20,000. Okay, it's 24,600. This is going up in January for a single individual, again, disabled 65 and up, to 28,134. These are actually really big jumps that do not happen routinely. So don't count on this.
Sure.
It's part of the new state budget that was just settled with Governor state legislature.
And it's state specific. Every state has their own rules.
Yes,
just make it clear.
What we do in New York, we cannot do in New Jersey, because they don't accept certain types of trust, which we'll get into later when we get into detail. For couples, the asset limit is increasing to 37,908. So bear in mind, these asset limits are absolutely not indicative of the individuals we can help. We help people with assets in the millions, actually.
So let's just clarify. So basically, if you're an individual, or let's say a married couple, and you have more than $37,000 in assets, you do not qualify for Medicaid. Is that right?
Not any kind of planning.
Just to make it clear, black and white, make it absolutely clear. So in today's market, if you have an apartment, even a small co-op apartment, you bet.
That's I'm so glad you raised that. So good point. So one of the exemptions, sort of, and I'll explain why I say sort of, because it seems like an exemption. People get excited about it, and Medicaid is very tricky about this. So a home, a primary residence, whether it's a co-op, a condo, real property where you reside, your primary residence, with an equity limit of about $900,000 is exempt. But and here's the big but. When you pass away, if you were receiving Medicaid age 55 and up, 55, not 55, for the past 10 years, everything Medicaid spent on your care is going to come out of that estate, of your house, of your apartment.
Oh, wow.
So planning is so important, because you may not think you have to protect your assets, not just for Medicaid, but from any creditor.
Oh, I didn't know that. Wait a second. So let's just explain this, because that's shocking. So if you own a home and that's worth even a few $100,000 in equity, and you get Medicaid, after you pass away, from your inheritance, from your estate, the state is going to deduct what you were receiving in healthcare. So your kids or whoever else you leave your house to, your kids, your cat, whatever, they will get much less.
Yes, and it's mandatory.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Nobody knows about it because they don't give you.
I had no idea.
When you apply for Medicaid or when you get your coverage, they don't tell you, hey, by the way.
Irina, you know what? We're gonna do a separate video just on that, because I'm blown away. I had no idea. But with your planning, you can avoid that.
Absolutely. That's what our primary goal, to make sure that you're protecting your hard-earned, a lot of, I would say, bulk of clients, right, they worked so hard, they purchased a home. Many of them are immigrants, not even first-generation American, and we want to make sure that their hard-earned, homes are protected.
Wow.
So we didn't even get to the income. That was the asset, right? The income. So for an individual currently 65 up or disabled, it's $954. For a married couple, it is $1,367, really $1,387. So $1,387 for a couple. It's going up again, a big jump in January.
That's what? That's per month? What is that?
Per month, yes, monthly income limit. So from all your retirement sources, meaning Social Security retirement, IRA distributions, the required minimum distributions, pension, 1199, 401k, 403b, whatever it is, any retirement source.
So if you make more as a couple, more than $1,387 a month,
correct,
you do not qualify for Medicaid.
65 and up or disabled, correct. Okay. Wow. So this is going up. Let me give you the new January levels. It's a very big jump. Not happen, will not, big jumps do not happen. Again, it's a budget resettlement. So huge win for New Yorkers. For a single, is going up to 1,563, 1,563. And for couples, it's going up to 2,106. So this is a big jump.
Yeah, it's a big jump, but still.
Yeah, well, I mean, your mortgage, right, or your rent, that's like right there. So a lot of people who are not wealthy by any means have a good amount more, and so we help them qualify for Medicaid despite the higher retirement income, and there's no ceiling on that.
Yeah, it's not a lot at all. It's $1,000 a person, really, and if you're getting some kind of retirement, if you're getting some kind of income from a rental apartment, from an apartment that you own as an investment, you're not getting Medicaid. And that's something that you can help with.
Yeah, rental income is a great example. Very common. Yeah.
And you do it, I understand, through a mechanism which is completely legal, acceptable, called
100% kosher. Clearly, I'm a licensed attorney. We submit everything to Medicaid. Our trusts are vetted by Medicaid, and they're very important to work with an experienced attorney, because even their systems, what they would accept in a prior Medicaid trust is no longer acceptable. So you have to be really well-versed and work with Medicaid frequently.
So you do it through a Medicaid trust, where you, using this mechanism that is acceptable and legal and approved by Medicaid, you're able to provide people this affordable and even free healthcare. Let's do a separate session just on what is a Medicaid trust, and we're going to come back with that in a separate Q&A session, because that's a whole interesting, very useful topic. Irina, thank you so much. We appreciate your time. This is very useful. This is actually very practical for everybody. So I really urge everybody to listen in. If you have any questions, you can contact Irina Yadgarova at the number we're going to have at the bottom of the screen. Post comments on the bottom of the post. You can reach Irina. I'm going to tag Irina. With your permission, I'm going to tag your Facebook account in this posting. You can contact through message to Irina as well, or phone, or like I said, you can like our video, you can post your comments, and Irina will try to get in touch with you to answer your questions. Okay, everybody, thank you so much. Irina, again, thank you for your time, and I'm going to see you next week with more Q&As on elder law, on estate planning, and on Medicaid trusts. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.